10th day. And Siti, did we do the proverb in the previous hour?
No, we didn't.
Did you hear today's proverb?
No, I didn't hear the proverb.
There is always a proverb.
Just occurred to me.
Yes, Muga has it better.
We have this problem. We live in Nairobi, and somehow when we start discussing Nairobi issues, we get engulfed in it completely.
We get carried away.
Yes, we do get carried away. And more so, when everything we're talking about is my constituency. Yes, it's my constituency.
You're invested.
Yes, I feel, and it bothers me. And remember, nilikuwa mwalimu.
Oh dear.
Yes, so inanisumbua sana. Anyway, wacha tu tuseme proverb ili to cover for that hour plus this hour.
Okay.
This is our final proverb from the country of Rwanda. If your mouth turns into a knife, it will cut your lips. Okay, mheshimiwa anaanza kucheka sasa, tutuambie na cheka.
If your
mouth turns into a knife, it will cut your lips.
Yeah. In other words, ulimi ni mdogo lakini inaweza kamaliza nchi.
I think you've got it.
That's it, eh?
But anyway, thank you so much. And let me just thank our Governor Sakaja. If there's one politician we need to appreciate who is in Nairobi now, is our Governor Sakaja. He has tried his best to balance the politics, to ensure both sides are able to work with him. But more importantly, even in the constituencies, he is really trying to push many things. So for me, I think he needs our support. You need to walk around, have a program that just goes around and see what he's doing, and let us support him.
Tell us, what is he doing?
When you look at many of the programs he has put in, especially right now pushing Earthy Water to bring in the sewer lines, I think they're in all the slum areas right now. We have guys on the ground trying to ensure. We have young people who are opening up even those drainages and all that, so that when rain starts, I think it will not flood the way it normally floods. But then more importantly, just trying to push in everyone to have consensus that we can work together. It does not matter about the party, but working together is critical to see our county grow. And more importantly, the city, which is the city and the capital city where the GDP is supposed to be so high to support all the other counties.
You know, Mheshimiwa Elachi, when you say these things about county and county governance, you know what you're talking about.
Yes.
You have served as a senator. You have served as a speaker. So in terms of Nairobi County and its governance,
yes,
when you come out and say, I want to thank Sakaja,
it's because among all the governors,
you have seen 2 governors of the 5 that we have had so far.
I will tell you, he has done his best. For the few months he has been there, Sakaja has done beyond what other governors they have been unable to click how to deal with garbage, and he's trying. He has pushed in, he has made sure in every in my constituency. I mean, we were crying garbage every day. Today, at least we can see garbage is put together at one place, collected, and you're able to move. You've seen the road 46. It used to be a place where garbage comes up to the road. Today you can't find that. And so
you can. Karaoke Wawero says,
yes,
please ask Mheshimiwa Elachi to discuss and offer solution towards clearing garbage on Salim Road. Kids and residents are choking in garbage and some are impassable. Children are going to Muslim primary and they have to maneuver through garbage.
Yes, and I know we have removed that garbage. And also, the landlords must accept that we are also not doing right. So it's not just a matter of the member of parliament or the governor. It's also, you are a landlord. Where is your garbage? And where do you normally dispose your garbage? Yet tenants are paying for you to dispose. So when you hear it's choking at Salim, which we cleared just a few weeks, it means the same guys are doing business. So you bring garbage from outside your constituency to this place because you know it's a dropping place. But I know by Sunday you'll find that garbage gone. But it's also that the landlords must stand and tell us, how are you disposing your garbage?
I think that's what actually Wawero is referring, because he says, who protects this cartel that's dumping on the road? It appears that
they come at night and just dump it there. But I know Dan, wherever he is right now, I'll tell you, they will collect that garbage. But we have a big challenge of those who do the business. And so you find somebody just collecting garbage in Kangemi, everywhere. Just because this is a collecting zone for the county, everyone wants to dump there.
Yes, meaning somebody's collecting money from their tenants as part of the garbage collection, but instead of taking it to a dump site, that is their dump site.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they know you will collect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Needs to be addressed.
We'll
So,
address it.
We will invite Governor Sakaja to come and tell us what the work that he's been doing, and of course to answer some of the questions that will be asked of him by the citizens of Nairobi. But Mheshimiwa, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Eric.
Our conversation
Thank you,
shifts
Muga.
into opening up the phone lines because we want to ask about our national politics. So we know there have been prayers that have been called to pray for rain, to pray for this and the other. We know that there have been rallies that have been called several. We're giving a 10-day ultimatum, it comes, it passes. We're giving a new 10-day ultimatum, it comes and passes. We want to see, so it's ultimatum for what? What exactly should we be expecting? The question is, are you happy with the leadership that we have in the country so far? Both Azimio and Kenya Kwanza. They are members of parliament, members of senate, governors, members of the county assembly who've been elected to represent us and to lead us. Are you happy with what they're doing? Or
Let
just
me
a
say
siyasa?
this. As a person, I'll blame both sides. Yes. I'll blame that indeed we went into a campaign. It was a very vigorous campaign, a very tight campaign, a very tight win. The best we can do so that Kenyans can appreciate that we are moving forward and they would wish to move forward after coming from COVID and all the things they've gone through was to see all of us leaders try to work. For us, check the government. The government, work, because you have now taken the mantle. But as I said, I wish the government can stop politics now. Unless it is a strategy of running away from something. So you use this to make a lot of noise. So we get confused unless it's a strategy. But if it's not a strategy, then we want to see people working. We want to see people changing things. We want to see the maize that was supposed to come in that is tax-free. I've been waiting for the maize up to now.
We were told
I have not seen the maize.
Prices of unga will start coming down from February because maize will start arriving.
No, the maize haven't arrived. What
We
does
are on
that
the
mean?
10th of March.
It means all of us as a country must have a conversation that indeed COVID affected the whole world. And where we would have found maize, people did not plan. We should accept that with these wars that are happening, it is affecting us. Which during the campaigns, as we were saying it is affecting, others were saying we are not affecting. Now they've realized, so can we agree we made a mistake and come now together and focus the country for it to grow? Because even those imports, even when we are fighting the Chinese, so we fight the Chinese, we say they are bringing things cheaply, but we forget everything of us we are getting from China. So if they close there, then which is the next market for us?
Are you suggesting that given the dire straits the country finds itself in, the people who are either in government and those who oppose what they see should find a working formula for the sake of the citizens?
Yes. Find a working formula, for heaven's sake, because things are tough. Find a working formula. And I'm just saying as a mother, as a woman, I mean, you wake up in the morning, everyone is crying. When we get out as neighbors, do we ask each other, where did you vote? I come and ask for salt. You will give me. My children are outside there. You are having some porridge. Will you give those children? Will you start asking whether they were in this side or this side? No. Kenyans finished that, by the way. They finished. They are disappointed. Those who voted Azimio, we are disappointed, yes. But then what next? What does our constitution say? Because a country is not run without one. It's run through the constitution. What does it say? And if we went to the Supreme Court and we were told all those things we were told, hot air and everything, which was also hot air in Homa Bay. So tell me, what then? But I want to thank the Justice Murillo. I mean, she made us proud.
Wow.
And when I looked, I wish the Supreme Court would have looked at her, how she brought down that judgment in a manner where
the Homa Bay gubernatorial.
Yes, nobody can complain. She gave out 13 good issues.
She broke it down.
very well. And I just wish that was, because if we could have done that in the Supreme Court, Kenyans would have, their hearts would have just gone down and moved on. But now you leave a so wild thing, and so Kenyans are just, others are hurting, others are this, others still cry, yes. But then the country has to move, because I'm here in this space today, Omuga. Tomorrow I'm not there. Somebody else will take that space. So I am pleading, we must have a formula. And I'll plead with the president. I'll say, because you don't need to do a handshake. No. But all you need to do is to be a leader who can sit on a table with all the leaders and say, on this crisis of drought, we need this. It has to work.
Saying that, you talked about the American model. You see that. You will find there are issues where
there's commonality.
Yes, there's commonality. They agree, and they say, no, this one, you can't have a partisan position here.
Yes.
It's a national issue.
We agree.
So we agree, and on this one we move ahead.
And that's all we are saying. We are not saying have handshake. No. We are saying on issues of high cost of living, just have a common agenda together, because even if you want to plant, you have to plant the whole of the country. That country is divided of 23 counties Azimio, 24 counties UDA. You need both. You need to work. It means you are half. Your country is half. You have to work together to achieve that goal. Yes, I appreciate when he says, I will work with all the leaders. Then work with them. And get out of this thing of pointing fingers, of lamenting. I always say, a husband, a good husband in his home, he knows their weaknesses, but he will never go out there, Muga, to lament. He will take care of everything in his home. If he decided to marry 5 wives, he knows how he'll deal with his 5 wives. Now, here, where I have a big problem is every day on every podium, as you say, Eric, you are in church. Church that prays to remove things. You are there, they've just prayed for you. You lament again. But they have just prayed for you. It means you have to have a positive attitude as you come out of that church. I must have a positive attitude when I'm in Lent. I must. And I must know that I'm in Lent. I'm praying to achieve something.
Mheshimiwa, our politics, when people talk about working with leaders, our history is that you bring them into your fold. You don't leave them where they are. You ensure they join your band, so they are under your command. That is how our politics has worked. Every time you talk about coalition, that's the thinking. Every time you talk about a national government, a national coalition, that's the thinking.
But you see, I like the administration. They say they won't. So I'm hoping they can do it different. Do it the Biden way. When things are of a common need, you call each other, you call the minority leader, you call the majority leader, you agree, and you call other leaders. And you agree. And it moves. The challenge is that we have a constitution, yes, but we have refused just to follow the model of the constitution.
It comes on both sides.
We have deliberately gone back to our old constitution where we think the executive is so powerful. It was not supposed to be powerful. I thought that is why we removed powers and took powers to the devolved units. Yes, it was supposed to share that power down across, that you can be a governor and you have to work. But now look at how it has changed. The governors must work with the national government, because also we are still a unitary state. We are not a federal state. We are not Nigeria. No. Yeah. We are
one unitary
Kenya. One
state.
Kenya. Yes. And so the devolved units, what Kenyans wanted was development to go. But the other governance power still remained at the top. And that is why the president becomes the pillar of unity of that country, Kenya.
Okay. Do you think, Mheshimiwa, that the national leadership is really interested in all those things that you've talked about? And by the national leadership, I mean national leadership in Kenya Kwanza. You know them, those principles.
Yes.
From the president to the prime cabinet secretary to the speaker of the National Assembly to the speaker of the Senate, all those political party leaders. And on this other side of Azimio,
you see, the good thing,
prime minister, the NAK Kenya leader, the DAP-K leader.
Mm-hmm.
Are they really interested in that, what you're talking about, serving the best interest of
Kenyans.
Kenya?
I think they are. One of the things that I have said is that when you're in the opposition, you check the government and you ensure government can be pushed to do a few things that can support citizens. What we need to ask ourselves is, are we doing it in the right way? The how. Yeah? That how is what is now with so many, we contradict ourselves so much. We say today this, but tomorrow we have to do this. So we say it outside, but when it comes to real now making things work, the law and all that, we are unable to do that because now we are abided by our standing orders and the Constitution. And you remember yesterday they passed we changed our standing orders. Now the CSs will be coming to the House.
For what purpose exactly?
Every Wednesday. Yes, we as we had gone for the press statement. Yeah, just remember that. But I have never agreed on that. I have always said you weaken the committees, but we'll see how it works around. We have a very good speaker, to be very honest, Wetangula, having been in politics and understood the houses.
Most of his adult life, really.
Yes. He is able, and given an opportunity, I know he is able to, and he has tried his best to make Parliament work as Parliament. He has really stood on some of the things firm to make Parliament work as an institution of Parliament. And so not so much driven within the politics of the day. But then I want to say this in a very, I know some people get very disappointed sometimes when we say a few words. We are still very tribal. Very tribal.
Very.
Very.
Why very? I thought we were already tribal. But,
oh, good. Yeah.
But the very, where did
the very is now very. And where the country is now headed is like each community is trying to protect its community. Anything that you touch for someone, we come around and if you touch Wetangula, you'll find us, we will come and stand firm. But then, if you touch my deputy president, the same. If you touch the president, the community will come. What Kenya needs to now ask itself, with all the good things that we have been doing, all these things, if we are not careful, we are going to erode them away. And we will struggle so much. We'll go back to the days of Nyayo, where your name, just your name when you walk into the door, which Kibaki had already removed that culture. But I can see, if we are not careful.
But let me ask the question.
We are going back
I have to ask this question. Why do you think people, as you say, have suddenly become very tribal? What is it? What has brought us here?
It's because of the concept of our politics. It's how we look at our politics. When you touch so and so, you are touching our tribe.
So essentially,
when you are not supporting something and you feel this indeed for the sake of the country, no, you become an enemy.
So the tribal factor has actually supplanted the party factor.
Exactly.
Meaning you can be in whichever party.
Yes.
But the moment somebody who is in a position of authority in your community, not party, is touched, then you forget the party affiliation.
Oh, you forget. The party goes. Now we go back to community.
But that doesn't seem like as negative a thing as you're saying.
It's not negative. I'm just saying it now brings a lot of pressure on who is at the top.
No. It's, you see, let me...
And even at the county level. I'm not just talking at the...
Where I'm at now.
Yes.
That seems to provide the check and balance that we thought political parties would bring.
So we check it in tribal me.
Well, no, I would
Which is
rather
okay.
it didn't, but it's the reality we have. And I'm looking at a situation where someone does something wrong and somebody stands up and you don't like it. You may not even like the party, or you may be affiliated to the party, but because he is your tribal person. Yes. So
yes,
it appears that this very negative thing we keep referring to as ethnicity is coming in to play a role that political parties ought to have played.
Yes.
Your ilk in parliament ought to have played.
Yes.
Now tribe has come in to fill that gap.
Exactly. Trust me, yeah. That's where we are. So political parties must rethink what they are doing, because anything tribal, even right now, if you touch anything, if you touch Musalia, all the lawyers will wake up. Oh, yeah, we will wake up.
Oh, no, we saw it with Sakaja.
Yeah.
We saw it with Sakaja. we saw it with Sakaja. It was, so I see.
In Nairobi ni yenu.
Okay, so we've got it. Senator Niwenu, Governor Niwenu, we've got it. So it's not party anymore.
No.
Because, well, it was evidence, wasn't it?
I don't know. But I'm just saying, that's what I was saying. Sometimes you say things that are very open and people might think, why are you saying that? Or it's not wrong. It happens.
But you see,
and it comes naturally.
Let me tell you where I'm coming from. Huh?
Yes.
I think the messaging about tribalism being wrong, it's a false statement.
It is.
And
yes, it's not wrong.
It was never really going to hold traction apart from just when you're having a conversation. But tribal is wrong. Being tribal in itself is also not wrong because we all belong to certain tribes.
Yes.
Now, that somebody wishes to support the community they come from, again, is not wrong.
I agree.
It's like telling me that if I'm in a position of authority,
yes,
I should not look to seeing how my relatives benefit. I must.
Good. That's the conversation. And that's where, but then you do it in a manner, when you're in that authority position, do it in a manner knowing, you look at the county and ask yourself who are in this county. Nairobi is Kenya. So, and that's why Sakaja has to balance. He has to balance. He will look at the community, he will balance. Every county, they do the same. Some counties are even worse. They don't even care. They don't even balance. And then you'll find them, they are the ones who are throwing stones in other people. And you're wondering. And that's why when I hear people complaining, the president has CJ appointed who, I ask myself, even Uhuru did.
Who hasn't?
Who hasn't? So we should not be talking about that.
Hasn't?
What we should be talking about is this person who is going there. Is he able to serve?
That's it.
Is he able to serve? That's all. Because, I mean, we've reached a point.
Which by this American system that we speak of,
yes,
whether they are senators or congressmen, there are budgets to employ people who work in the offices. People staff their relatives unapologetically.
I know.
Okay?
Yes.
And it's considered, the question that is asked is the one you're asking, okay, these people, fine. But are they able to do what they're supposed to do?
Are they competent?
Yes. Competent, yeah.
Yes. There are conversations.
And if we got that, if people can agree on that in Kenya, we will never have complaints.
See, we pretend that we're against it and yet we practice it.
Oh, no, we practice it. That's what I was saying. It is something we just have to say, are you competent? Do you have the papers? Do you have this? Because this one of coming, the child of so-and-so. Which child? All of the children are not supposed, after 18, they're supposed to look for jobs. And they're supposed to get jobs. And it has to work that way. And in politics also, many people, and that is why you'll find even when people are questioning the governor of Meru, who more can she trust to be her aide, to protect her than any other? Yeah, and she's the person protecting is a police person.
Yeah.
He's gone through training. He's a police. So what is wrong with that? You wonder. Yet that is the only person she felt might protect me, cannot undermine me, and will be able to just ensure my back is protected.
Yeah.
You see, the attitude of embracing falsehood and speaking and preaching water while we're drinking wine, and yet you have a situation where the very people who have the authority to make the changes, they say what they think is the right things.
Yes,
okay?
yes.
This inability to be honest with ourselves with regards to who we are plays out in what eventually becomes the mismanagement of the resources that the citizens of this country have.
Yes.
And it goes to everywhere else other than towards the good that it's intended for.
Exactly. And look at all our principles. Each of them has pushed for their RLRs. Not just at the top you see. Some of them are MCAs. By the way, yeah. And so when you look at them talking and you're wondering, Allah?
Nepotism.
When I was a speaker at the county assembly, I used to look at somebody. So I looked at people, most of the people who were nominated. I could say, this one is of this one, sister-in-law. The other one is sister of another one who is now a CS. One of the, and they were there, and they have been returned. They don't even blink an eye that you have been there for 2 terms. No, they have been returned again. They are there. Then you ask them, and so why are you questioning other people? Why?
It is always a problem when
I would
someone
say-
else.
Exactly.
Yes. But not when
But
you
if
do.
you want to put down the pen, you'll be surprised they are in all counties. In fact, somebody was removed. You go to that county, they are screaming. You brought us somebody, a stranger, what? Yeah, the stranger came and is gazetted. You can't remove. And anyway, the constitution says 30% must come from outside. So it is okay. It's within that 30%. Anyway, thank you. I need to leave and go and finish the PDF.
Mheshimiwa, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much. We need to have our dinner.
Yes, we will.
Yes.